right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. The early bird special. First person to type, don't fix it in the chat, wins the early bird special. First person to type, don't fix it in the chat, is the early bird special winner. That is the winner. That is the winner. That is the winner. Don't fix it. Put it in the chat. 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 You will win our early bird special. Where is Erica? She had right on cue. Right on cue. She does. Right on cue. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, so somebody might be having trouble finding fix it, don't. Pump for the NFL draft. I'll be in all 3 days. Don't fix it. There you go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we realize that Facebook has decided that they will not allow us to stream to groups anymore. So until we get that figured out, it won't be talking real estate. It will not be posted in that group for whatever reason. So we'll have to figure that one part out. I don't know what's going on there. So it's a wonderful world of the big, massive social media companies. All right. So let's talk about the episode here, shall we? Talking real estate episode 220 is as is, as if. As is, as if. Now, Shelly, I can tell you this, that I hear the words as is a lot. I hear about listings. I hear about people saying, I want to sell it as is. I want to buy it. It's as is, as is, as is, as is. So at some point during the show, we promise, hey, Kathy, how are you? We promise that we're going to talk about what that means to us, what that means to others, because definitely definitions are all over the place. Definitions are all over the place. We're going to try to get my good friend Mike McLaughlin on, but it seems like technology is against us today, so we're going to try to do that too. So he'll be around dropping dimes as always. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this. Where are you tuning in from? Are you tuning in from Sault Ste. Marie, the Sioux Locks? Are you tuning in from Lambertville, Michigan? How about where else? Shelby Township we've been to? Where else have we been, Shelby? I'm trying to think.
We've been everywhere.
We've been everywhere. We've been to Adrian. We were talking to some folks today about going to Sumter, the good state area of Sumter. We're all over the place. Let's see. Big as this show. That's funny. What's as if? Dearborn Heights again. Kathy Corey, Parma, Michigan's in the house. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Again, we realized talking really Adrian. There's hi. I said we missed you guys lately. We haven't seen you in a while. We missed you. We missed you. We missed you. So the mean streets of Adrian Townsend. The mean streets, huh? It's rough there, man. It's hard. I heard they got great cigar bars there. That's what I hear. That's the word on the street. Where are you tuning in from, ladies and gentlemen? Talk to us, talk to us, talk to us. We're all over the state of Michigan. Let's see if we get anything nationally today. Let's see if we get a little national action today. I don't know, Sean. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right. So the first question for you, Southside Dearborn Heights. No, you're not in Southside Dearborn Heights, buddy. You're in Taylor, buddy. Taylor. You know where it's at. All right. Would you buy a home that is listed as is? Give me yes or no or hell yeah or hell no in the chat. Would you buy a home that is listed as is? Would you list a home listed as is? Put it in the chat, put it in the chat, put it in the chat. Talk to me, tell me. What would you do? Let's see what they have to say, Shell. Would you buy a home that's listed as is? Erica says no. What do you think? Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? Because I'm telling you, that's like the buzzword around town these days. Zach says yes. Uh-oh. One says no, one says yes. I did. Probably wouldn't again, Kath. Okay, sure. But only with a thorough inspection. Yeah. Plus, you got pretty handy people in that household, Adrian Township there. Those are pretty handy folks. So they could probably solve and handle any problem they had. Rachel says yes. Come on, folks. What do you think? Could you really go for a home that as is? If the price is right. Bill Barker. That's the guy's name, isn't it? I'm at my parents and dog, but what the heck? Now we're talking. Hello, Tidwell family. Good to see you. Good to see you. We had some transplants in Florida. They're up here getting back into the one of the roots of Michigan, and we're glad you're watching the show tonight. We're very glad of that. All right. So let's take it a step further. What would concern you about an as-is home? What would concern you about an as-is home? What would concern you about an as-is home? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What would concern you about an as-is home, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. We have a highly educated, viewership here, Shell. So let's see what they come up with. What would concern you about an as-is home? What would concern you? Let's see what we got. Let's see what we come up with here. Repair costs. Okay. Foundation issues. How you took the words right out of my mouth. Foundation issues. I was at a house today, actually. A buddy of mine, he didn't realize he had foundation issues or foundation problems. Structural issues. Damages unknown. That's a rough one when you have damages unknown. Foundation issues. Yeah. What else? Foundation, septic well. Yeah. Septic's always a different one. I mean, like, that's when shit hits the fan, I guess, you know? I don't know. That's a tough one for me. Septic's always fun. That's always a fun one. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What would concern you about an as-is home? Because people say it all the time, "Sell we're gonna sell it as is," and that's a big topic these days in the real estate world, selling as is. So what are your thoughts? What do you think? Put it in the chat, put it in the chat, put it in the chat. Well, I gotta tell you this. So I'll give you two perspectives. On the list side, people do that a lot. There's some challenges to it. There's some challenges to selling a house as is. It sounds great, and I don't main story, yep. And I don't discourage people that much from doing it, but just you have to understand there's some challenges. When you're buying a home as is on the buy side, basically they're telling you, look, this is how it is. They're selling as is for a reason. Yeah, I agree with that. So it's a lot of times the reason is that they are just tired. I mean, it can be that simple. They could have inherited, they're selling as is. They could be older folks and selling as is. They could be, I don't want to do anything anymore. I want to just get this off my mind as is. So all those things are a possibility, but we'll dive deeper into that one a little bit. We're going to see if we can't get our friend Mike McLaughlin here. We're going to see. Now, he may be a talking mime today. We're going to have to see. Technology has not been my friend so far today. So let's see what we got. Mike McLaughlin, please tell me I can hear you. Can you hear me? You're just messing with me now.
I might be messing with you.
God dang it, that's ridiculous. You're killing me, man. I'm going, what the heck? Facebook's already beat me up now. Mike, I can't hear him either.
How you guys doing? How you doing, Scotty?
Brother, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So talk to me. Tell me about this wonderful mortgage world that we're living in.
You know, it's a pretty quiet week for mortgages. The Fed meeting is a week from today. On April 30th and May 1st is the next Fed meeting. So there's speculation there, you know, with mostly speculation that there won't be any rate cut now. The forecasted 3 rate cuts for 2024 keep getting pushed down the road, with inflation still keeping his head up above the is the 3% target, and we're still a little bit above that. So
hold on, Michael, because that sounds like they can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh. So now you can hear me, and he's just kidding.
Oh, God dang it, Tim. What the heck's wrong with you? You guys are driving me crazy.
You know we're amateurs over here.
I mean, it's rough around here. Jesus.
You will buy as is. You won't buy as is. You are kidding. You can't hear. What's going on, Tidwell?
I know it. It's crazy. So, hey, Michael,
he's in Taylor. He's in Dearborn Heights. He can't make up his mind over there.
The guy's everywhere. The guy's everywhere and nowhere all at once. So let me ask a more important question. You ready?
Ready.
What was for dinner?
Oh, good question. Spaghetti. Turkey spaghetti.
Turkey spaghetti. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down to the turkey spaghetti. In the chat, Mike McLaughlin made for his family turkey spaghetti. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down in the chat. I think turkey spaghetti probably sounds pretty healthy, probably pretty good for you.
Lots of vegetables in that spaghetti sauce, and it's one of the only ways I can trick my son into eating so much vegetables.
I trick my son into eating vegetables. So, Mike, do you notice that you get a Mike all the time? I don't even have to say a word. You get Mikes all the time now.
They're all yelling at. Well, Chris, yeah, Mom gave me some. I like it. Yeah. So Garrett Ingalls says never on the
Hyacinth, yeah.
On the turkey spaghetti.
Oh, Tidwell's got meat thaw. He's got the turkey meat thaw. See? I'm telling you. I'm Italian.
That's okay. Turkey. There can be Italian turkeys before.
Italian turkeys. Oh, that's the big question.
I bet you there's turkeys in Italy. I know they started here in America, but I think that there's probably some turkeys in Italy.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So they can have some cabacol turkeys.
So let's get back to the mortgage world. So tell me what you think's going on.
And like I said, inflation is still kind of boiling under the surface. The Fed is still afraid of inflation, so he's holding off on his rate cuts to make sure that inflation stays under control. And rates are pretty much where they have been. You know, they're in the high 6s, low 7s, and that's kind of where they've been it feels like a year. I don't know. But so, there's some stability there. We don't have, obviously, the kind of affordability that we'd like to have with rates coming down, and that's still in our future. But hey, we got to ride out the storm, and I would rather a nice stable rate than tremendously fluctuating up. And so as long as we stay and we don't go up from where we're at, I feel like that's a positive note, and hopefully we can trend down as inflation becomes more and more under wraps.
So, Mike, let me put it this way. I don't worry. I'm not going to say I use the word worry about rate cuts, okay? But if they cut, if at some point they make 2 or 3 or 4 cuts, buddy, the market's going to go berserk again.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big help to the market. It'll begin to get more sellers out there as some of the golden handcuffs are removed. For those who don't remember from previous
Hey,
episodes,
hey, handcuffs, come on, buddy. It's a family show.
well, they got rabbit fur on the inside, so it's okay. Not going to leave any marks.
All right. So, yeah, I think that too. I think the golden handcuff stuff's kind of is not bogging things down, but it's definitely we're aware of it, right?
Well, since listings are the name of the game, and we can have all the buyers we want, if the houses aren't there for them, then it's a moot point. So, golden handcuffs prevent those people who have the $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 homes and $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 mortgages from even downsizing or moving parallel to where they are now or laterally, because their pocketbook can't afford going from a 2.5%, 3.5% interest rate and going from there to a 7% or a 6.5%. So that's what the golden handcuff does. Is it prevents us from having those move up, or even empty nesters sell to move down, whether it be to condo. If they need mortgages, and that's actually one market that stayed healthy, right? Is the condo market, because the market itself is as healthy as it can be, with, once again, the problem being not enough active homes out there. But the people who are selling because they're moving to a condo, a lot of times those people are able to purchase their condo, for cash or for very little finance. So they're cashing in that equity from that family home and downsizing to a condo. So for them, that's one case where the golden handcuffs aren't as significant.
Mike, so we're trying the best that we can to kind of single-handedly put the houses on the market, putting 2 or 3 out a week now. It's craziness for us.
That's good. We need that. So that's going to help us to keep moving towards a more healthy market. The more listings we have, the more first, because nothing's going to change the fact that in our market, it's still more cost efficient. It's more cost effective to own than rent for first time home buyers. The same house that you can own for $1,200 a month, it's renting for $1,500 a month. And that's almost a car payment. So, are you going to rent for $1,500 when you can own for $1,200? Hey, that's what we're here for. Let's get you in. Let's get you in to own a home. Let's have you positioned for the late spring, early summer market, when there's going to be a lot more activity on the listing sides. You got to be ready when the time comes.
Yeah, see, that's what I think too. I think that, again, spring's a great time to sell. It is. I feel like summer, fall, it's gonna stretch. It's gonna stretch further, I feel like, this year.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. If inflation stays under wraps and we can get the rates down a little bit, that's going to spur. We've got a spurring of the market right now, with just from the fact of the time of year. And like I said, the cost effectiveness of owning versus renting for first time homebuyers. But that'll help us to experience even more surges in the market as the Fed does cut those rates that are promised for the future.
I got you, Mike. Last thing before I let you go, sir. Your bricks are looking a little crooked. Just so you know, there's a crick in the wall.
I know. I'm trying to figure out, and plus, I don't want it so that you can see either side of it. I tried to see if I could figure out how to zoom in on the with the camera a little bit, but I don't know that I can. But I'll keep playing with it. Let's see if that only changes the focus, I think, right? Yeah. There you go. Is that better?
Better, buddy. You just made it all work the right way.
That's it.
Guys, before we let him go, give me a Mike in the chat. Mike in the chat, please. Throw in the chat. That's the only way we're letting him go. Is I see some Mike in the chat. That's the only way Mike McLaughlin leaves the stage.
I'm looking for him.
There's chanting going on. There's crazy stuff. Nothing ridiculous. Just chanting is all we're asking for.
All we know is that Jason Tidwell has some turkey meat thawing.
Yes, we do. Well, we don't know where it's at Dearborn Heights, Taylor. We're not really sure about that.
No.
Don't really know. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Mike's in the chat. All right. Dave, my man Dave's in the house. All right. Guys, Mike McLaughlin is going to go solve everyone's problems. What?
And good news, Tommy has committed to University of Michigan Dearborn.
Did he
son
sign a letter of intent? Is there a letter of intent?
There is a letter of intent.
Nice, very nice.
He's signing up for his NIL money.
Well, just hey, go blue, my friend.
Go
Michael,
blue.
we'll see
We'll
you
be
later,
going
my bud.
blue. We'll be
see you,
seeing you
bud.
at the games.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's see. There it is. Guys, Mike McLaughlin, always good to talk to him. Always good to talk to him. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on rolling. Now, so what are the challenges to selling a home as is? Let's see if you can pick them up. Now, again, you're a very astute crowd. We know that. What are the challenges? If you had to sell your home and you want to sell as is, what are your challenges? What kind of challenges you got? Yeah, darn right, go blue highs. That's my girl. Had the same thing. Both you guys, go blue. You know we bleed blue and gold. Know that. So tell me, what are the challenges of selling a home as is? What do you think? Use that, put that thinking cap on and tell me what you truly personally think. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see what we got. What are the challenges? If you're going to sell your home, you're a seller A. You got to put your house in the market, but you want to sell as is. What are your challenges? Basement floor needs replacing. Okay. What are your challenges? Your home right now. What if you want to sell as is? What are your challenges in your home right now? Think about your house. Look around a little bit. And you don't have to embarrass yourself or anything. Like that, just be honest. What are the challenges in your home? If you were selling as is, what would a buyer go? Less buyers, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. Maybe it's possible in this market. I mean, the less houses kind of saved you a little bit. But what do you think? What are your challenges if you're selling a home as is? What are your challenges? What do you think there? Isn't it pretty much always an as is sale? And because it is to a point, I'll explain the difference in a little bit. In Florida, maybe a new roof. Okay. Always driveway. Always driveway. So my cousin's house in Florida is had to fix up a lot. Yeah, had to fix up a lot. Gotcha. Roof. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me dig in here. Let's go to the old deep dive. Guys. So I'm going to walk you through some things, and it just basically I'm just going to kind of explain some things that happened during an as is sale, that kind of stuff. So let's start with simple stuff. When we sell something as is, first thing you got to know is what city are you in? Okay. So if it's a city with a city inspection, right? Even when you sell it as is, you got to have a city inspection. Okay. For the homes for the cities that have them. Most cities have them. Townships, sometimes not. But most cities are going to make you have what's called an initial city inspection. Okay. They're going to make you have an initial city inspection. They want their $200, and they're going to come out and they're going to tell you all the stuff that is not up to code in your home. Okay. So you have to do that step. If you don't do that step, then people get fined all kinds of goofy stuff. All right. So you have to get a city inspection. That's step one. Okay. Step two is you decide whether or not you do those city repairs. Now, I will tell people a lot of times they can push it on a buyer, but here's the next step that has to happen. You got to get a buyer to agree to this. Okay. Buyer has to agree to what's called a closing letter. A closing letter. They'll call it a closing affidavit some places. They'll call it closing something or other. Okay. So, or assuming the city repairs, something like that. So that letter can cost anywhere from $100 to $300 to $400. Okay. It's on the buyer, right? But you have to upfront make sure that's clear to them that if they're taking the city repairs on, they got to get a closing letter. Because if not, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. Dearborn Heights has one. Dearborn has one. Allen Park has one. I mean, just local communities. I can't think of very many that do not anymore. Used to be a lot of downriver did not, but they mostly of them do now. I think Brownstown doesn't anymore. Doesn't have one at all. So maybe there, but a lot of places all over the place that have those city inspections. I've talked about it on the show plenty of times. I don't agree with it. I don't think that people should be able to come in your house and tell you what you got to do to it unless it's unsafe, right? That's kind of my shtick on that. Now, let's talk about I am upfront when I list a home and I said, look, they're not fixing anything. I tell the buyer's agent that when they accept an offer. Okay. And it depends on what kind of buyer's agent it is. And sometimes I can smell them out. Sometimes I can't. Okay. I'll give you some examples. Like I've had some before where they took on at a house in Dearborn Heights that had a lot of city inspection stuff, and guy took it on and did the repairs even before we closed, which is probably not the smartest thing to do all the time because you got money into something. But that's one. I had another one where in Brownstown, where the buyer's agent came through and they do a private inspection, guys. So city inspection, private inspection, different things. Private inspection is the buyer's inspector comes out and goes through the house up and down, tears up goes with a sharp tooth comb, right? most buyers agents in this market, including myself, prepare their buyers and say, look, unless it's something we're walking away from, we're not asking somebody to fix stuff. Okay. There's not enough homes on the market. Sellers can be a lot pickier. So we're not asking to fix things. But every once in a while, I get duped by a guy and they come in and go, well, we'd like this, and this, or $5,000 off the sale price or something. In this market, most times, not all the time, but most times, I tell that seller to walk away. Most times. Okay. Unless it's something small, unless it's something easy to deal with. So 2 different types of inspection, guys. City inspection, you have to do initial. You don't have to do the repairs from it. You can push it on the buyer for a closing letter. Okay. And then a private inspection, that's to protect the buyer, right? If they need protection, if they think the house is unsafe, they should walk away from it. They shouldn't come to me and go, well, I need you to fix this, and this, and this thing. Okay? 'Cause I'm going to tell a seller to walk away most times, unless it makes sense for some other reason. Okay. So as is really is a hard thing to quantify for people. Okay. Because you're selling it as is, yes, but there's lots of different types of as is stuff. There's lots of different types of as is stuff. I tell you another thing. So in places like Dearborn Heights, they have as is letters. Like the city will make you sign a letter about the concrete in a house, and you know what the condition of it, whether it's good or bad, and they make you sign it so they're not liable, right? So as is definitely a funny, strange kind of buzzword thing. It really is. It really is. So that's my spiel on as is. Let's go to the second most coveted part of the show. Are you ready? This or that, this or that, this or that, this or that. Guys, if you haven't played this or that before, here's how it works. We post 2 things up on the board here, and you decide this or that, which one. You're only choosing one. You may not choose both, may not choose neither. Okay, you can abbreviate any way you like, but let's see what we got. We're polling our audience. Kind of here we go. This or that. Number 1, closing letter versus do repairs. Closing letter or do repairs. Mike Runyon's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. F around and find out, buddy. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Closing letter or do repairs? Put in the chat. Are you getting a closing letter or are you doing the repairs? Which one are you doing? Closing letter or do repairs? Which one, ladies and gentlemen? Hi says repairs. Kathy says closing letter. Chris Bergeron says do repairs. Rachel says closing letter. Janine McKay in the house. Good to see you. Closing letter. Martha Hollis in the house. Closing letter. Closing letter, do repairs. This or that, this or that. This or that, this or that. Mike Law says do repairs. Erica says closing letter. Dave Engel says do repairs. It's getting tight. Steve Kreitz says closing letter. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get that to closing letter. That's a tight one, but we're going to give closing letter the slight edge on that one. The slight edge on that one. Number two. City inspection, private inspection. Which one's uglier? Which one's tougher on the house? City inspection or private inspection? Which one's tougher on the house? The CI or the PI? Which one is tougher on the house? The CI or the PI? Which one is tougher? Which one is tougher, ladies and gentlemen? The CI or the PI? What do you think? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. The city inspection, the private inspection, CI or the TI? Reggie says city. Janine says city. Kenny says private. Heisen says private. Chris Wojcicki says private. Chris Burnett says city. Mike Gloss says private. What do you think? 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 Private inspection, city inspection. Which one's tougher on the house? Which one's tougher on the house? This or that. 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 Dave says private. Erica says private. Jason Tidwell says private. Martha can't choose both, kiddo. You got to choose city or private. Which one? City or private, young lady? City or private? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. Put in the chat. We'll give you about 10 seconds to answer, kiddo. City or private? City or private? City or private? I guess the one good thing, Shell, about not using Talking Real Estate Group, I'll be able to go through that. There's no Facebook users. You can see everybody's name at least. All right, city. Ladies and gentlemen, private inspection is definitely going to be tougher on the house. It's going to have 60, 70, 80 pages on it. City inspection is going to have most I've ever seen is 5, right? Most I've ever seen is 5. And the scary thing for either one is concrete. Concrete's the scariest thing of either one of those. That or foundation stuff or roof. Those big 3 things. All right, last one. Here we go. Do you want the buyer backpedal or the contractor call? Buyer backpedal, or the buyer backpedals away from something, or the contractor call? Which one? The backpedal or the call? Which one you want? Buyer backpedal or contractor call? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which do you choose? This or that? 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 The buyer backpedal or the contractor call? Janine says call. Kathy says call. Chris Bergeron says call. Jason Tibble says call. What do you think, guys? The contractor call or the buyer backpedal? Which one? This or that? This or that? Where's my sign girl at? Let me see. Let me show you the wonderful sign lady today. There she is right there. This or that? This or that? Contractor. Okay. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Contractor call or buyer backpedal? Buyer backpedal or contractor call? I'll give you 10 more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 10 more seconds. Shelly can't be. That's who you call? That's who you call?
Good call.
I'm telling you. The call definitely is. The buyer backpedal is definitely the scariest dance in the world. I tell sellers all the time. I say, look, if a buyer walks into this room and backpedals from something, that's something you got to take care of. Everything else you can do be okay. But if I walk into this room and somebody makes a buyer backpedal, the buyer backpedal, that's something you don't want. You don't want. All right. So let's go to the most coveted part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. What Realtors See. If you have never been part of What Realtors See, you are in for a fantastic treat tonight. Okay? Here's where we post ridiculous pictures that we've seen all over the real estate world. You get a chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket, courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. As you can see, my lovely hand model behind me here has got What Realtors See. Comments of Tracy Schultz and his family. Capture the picture for a chance at millions. Here we go. We've seen some ridiculous stuff, and this is the start of it. The first one, here we go. Saw this yesterday, I think. Did we see this yesterday?
The day before.
You know, hang on a sec. Let me do this. Let me make it a little bigger first. All right, there we go. That's good right there. All right. Sorry, I want to make sure, because Dave, I know you and Hyacinth can see it because you guys are watching this on the big screen TV, but everybody else, there it is. I'll make it bigger this way too. There we go. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? What do you think? We saw that on a garage yesterday. Look at that. That's ingenuity right there. What Realtors See? Number one. What Realtors See? Number one. What do you think? Put your answers in the chat. Caption that picture and win millions. Or courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. What do you got, ladies and gentlemen? God, I wish I could do these sometimes. I would be like, I'd see all bricks for holding up the foundation. Okay. I was looking a little to the left there, Chris Bergeron. What do you think? I can't tell what I'm looking at, Mike. I'm sorry. You got to make it bigger, buddy. It's the best I can do for you. I wish I could make it easier. Redneck ingenuity. Jeez. There you go. Well, you're looking at a downspout, buddy, but it's a little backwards, it looks like. They took the elbow extension and hooked it to the downspout. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? I'll give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds to figure it out. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. What do you think? You walk up to a garage, you see that hanging down. What do you think? 10 seconds. 9. Art. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Upward water fountain. Upward water fountain. You are the winner. Erica Wilkowitz, you are the winner. All right. Let's try another one. Let's see what else we got. I got a couple other ones here. Hang on. I'll try to blow them up, make them a little bigger for you too. The third one was just something cool I saw. saw this in a basement. The lighting isn't the greatest. I'll do my best though. Here we go. Saw this one in a basement. Saw that in a basement right there. The lighting is a little goofy, but hopefully you can make out what that is. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? What do you think? You walk into a basement, you look up in the rafter, and you see that. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? If you can't make that out, that's a crutch. Crutch in case they need it. Yeah, there you go. Crutch said, come in for the crutch. Tiny Tim lost his crutch. Hoarder art, yeah. Vanilla fell down the steps. Jeez. About 30 seconds, guys. About 30 seconds. I've fallen and I can't get up. Jeez. I've fallen and I can't get up. I was trying to figure out why it's nailed up there like that. Just trying to figure that part out. All right, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Tiny Tim lost his crutch. He lost it in the house. I want to say that was in Lincoln Park there. And we ended up finding it. All right. Last one for what we're going to see. It's a cool picture. I don't let me make it bigger so you can see it. I just thought it was cool. It's not as goofy or ridiculous or anything like that. I just thought it was a cool picture. Load bearing crutch. That was a good one, Jay. A little too slow on that one, though. All right. So I just thought this was cool. There you go. The last one for this or that wooden pogo stick. The last one for this or that. Just kidding. What realtor see? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Somewhere it is 5 o'clock. What realtor see number 3? What realtor see number 3? What do you think? 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 I just thought it was cool myself. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Time, everywhere the time. Tick tock. That's a funny clock. I'm losing my vision. Art. All right, guys, you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is it's 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 o'clock somewhere, Alicia. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Very good. Very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So a couple things. One, it appears we can't stream live in the Talking Real Estate group right now, but we will find a way to get that working for you. We'll find a workaround or something like that. We'll call our tech savvy engineer and see if he can't help us out. See if he can't get us there. All right. But if you know anyone that would like to join the Talking Real Estate group, here is the QR code for it. We have about 1,200 members. We try to talk about all kinds of crazy good real estate stuff. We try to get folks to get the best information we possibly can. We do that on a regular basis. So if you know anybody that's thinking about buying a home, selling a home, or even just interested in real estate, or find it somebody you want to, friend group, something like that, send this QR code to them. That'd be great. We would appreciate that greatly. We would definitely appreciate that. If I seem a little groggy today, folks, we've been working till late at night every night, probably 9, 10 o'clock. Shelly will tell you, we've been going crazy. This spring buying season is definitely here. All right. So as always, we will do a little short segment in the Talking Real Estate group. I had to try it on my phone. So that's probably what's going to happen. We'll see if we can't make that work. But that's where we're planning on going. Guys, I'm Scott.
I'm Shelly.
And we're definitely talking real estate.